My name is Jacob. I'm 11 years old. My family and I just moved into a new house. It was the day before Halloween. I quickly made friends with my neighbor David. We are both the same age and we really hit it off. David loves to play scare pranks on me. David came over to my house to play some video games. "So what are you doing for Halloween?" David asked. "Nothing," I said. "If you got the guts, we could go somewhere that no one else dares to go," David said with a mischievous smirk on his face. "Okay, sure," I said. The next night on Halloween, I told my parents that I was going trick-or-treating with David. I left the house and met up with David down the street. "So, where are we going?" I asked David. "You'll see," David said while giggling suspiciously. We walked maybe half a mile until we stood in front of this old, abandoned house. "Here we are," David said. "Where are we?" I asked nervously. "This is the old Arden place," David responded with a smile on his face. "So, what's the big deal about this place?" "People say it's haunted by a girl who used to live in town years ago. It's been empty for years." I must admit I was nervous when I asked. "What girl?" "Her name was Griselda Arden. She was an only child. She lived here years ago with her parents. Legend has it that she was being picked on and bullied by some kids at school. They teased her and called her names. One day she was surrounded by a group of kids. They were shoving her around while she begged them to stop. But they didn't stop. She fell down the stairs and died. Her parents were so distraught, claiming the day she died they saw her walking around the house at night. They were both found dead a week later. Everyone says her parents were scared to death by what they saw. People say she is still there, that her soul is tormented and will never be at rest." "Yeah, right," I said to David, trying to sound like I was not as scared. "Let's go find out then," said David as he started walking up to the front door. "Griselda!" David screamed loudly. David pushed the front door open as it creaked. We walked inside. It was dark and had a dirty smell to it. "Griselda!" David screamed again while startling me at the same time. I could feel a presence there. I began looking around and thinking this was not a good idea coming here. When I turned back, David was gone. "David, come on, man, quit fooling around," I called out nervously. David did not answer. I got a little annoyed because David was always playing scare pranks on me. "This isn't funny," I yelled in frustration. David still did not answer me. I remembered I had my cell phone in my pocket. I took it out and turned on the flashlight, which was not that strong, but I could see a little better than before. I began walking cautiously through the old house, not knowing what to expect. The floor creaked with every step it took. Suddenly, I felt a strong, cold wind rush through the house. I stopped walking and I could feel my knees trembling. "David, is that you?" I called out again, and still no answer. Then I heard the creak on the stairs behind me that I just passed. I turned and walked back toward the stairs and pointed my flashlight toward the top. And when I looked, I saw a girl just standing there as if she was waiting for me. I couldn't see her face, but she was wearing a white dress. This must be another one of David's pranks, I thought to myself. I then heard David scream from somewhere in the house, but I could not tell where it came from exactly. I looked in all directions, and his screaming stopped. When I turned back, the girl was gone. I continued up the stairs against my better judgment. As I reached the top of the stairs, I came to a bedroom and slowly opened the creaking door. There was the girl again, sitting in a fetal position in a chair in front of the window. "Where's David?" I asked. She slowly turned to me, and I saw her red eyes out of the darkness. I gasped and stumbled back. I ran as fast as I could, trying to get out of the house. I was overcome with fear. As I was running, I heard the room door violently slam shut. After a brief pause, I started running again. As I approached the front door, it slammed shut all by itself. I turned the knob as fast and hard as I could, but it would not open. As I looked behind me, at the top of the stairs, I saw only her face sticking out from the darkness, staring menacingly at me. I somehow got the door open, and I ran for my life. Once I was off the property, I stopped to catch my breath and process what just happened. When I got home, I said hysterically to my parents, "Something's happened to David. We went to the Arden house and she was there. I saw her. I don't know where David is." "Okay, calm down," my parents said. "We gotta call the police," I pleaded. My mom called the police. When they arrived at my house, I told them everything. "My friend David is missing," I said hysterically, and everything I saw at the Arden house. They looked at each other as if they did not believe a word I said. "Is this your idea of a joke, kid?" "Your friend is probably playing a Halloween prank on you. I'm sure he's fine." "We are very sorry, officers. This really is not like him. It will not happen again," my father said to the police officers as they walked out the front door. My parents then told me to go to bed, with a disappointed look on their faces. In my room, my mind was still trying to process what I saw. Subconsciously, I did not want to believe anything that happened. I laid in bed for hours until I finally fell asleep. I was suddenly awakened by a knocking on my window. As I turned, I wanted to scream, but I could only look in disbelief as I saw David outside my window.